Which basic knowledge did you totally forget for a moment? What you call a person who is from China? Easy. Just remember people from Canada are called Canadians. So a person from China is a Chinian. No, it isn't. It's similar to how you call someone from France. It's a Frenchman. I live in America, where people are correct. It's Chinan. So you're an Asian. I blanked on my own name once. I was shaking hands with someone, and my brain just died for a moment. I presented myself as my friend's name, then I just stood there quietly with my broken thoughts as my friend had to tell me what my actual name was. It was such a confusing situation. Spent half an hour one time trying to make my brain accept that want is obviously a word, because how else would one contract will and not? Why does this look weird? Why does this sound weird? It has to be a word. For a couple seconds I was thinking the same thing. I won't be made to feel like an idiot. Once while driving I wondered how blind people see the lane divider lines. By using a guide dog. Duh. Sometimes I forget the name for radiators and end up calling them microwaves. When I see elevators, 90% of the time, I automatically think umbrellas. No clue why. Back in the times of printing out driving directions, I mixed up left and right once, and I ended up some 2 hours away from my destination. I was 16 with no cell phone and extremely socially awkward. So it took a lot of courage to ask a gas station attendant how to get back to my city. A couple friends were waiting at my house. When I got there, they said they thought I died or was kidnapped or something. The power at my house had gone. I'm on a meter, so it's fairly common thing. My phone started to die, so I put it on charge. Then spent about 10 minutes trying to figure out why it wouldn't charge. My attempt also included trying to Google why it wouldn't charge to no avail, cause no power so no internet. It was at that point I realized we hardly ever lose power. When we do I still try to turn on the light switch in every room I enter. I was just starting a new school in 9th grade and had to write an essay about myself that the other kids in the class would read. I forgot how to spell pants and wrote pants. Damn it, you made me laugh out loud in a completely silent train full of passengers. He made me Puma pants. How to tie my shoes. I just sorta spaced out and stared blankly for a few seconds wondering what in the hell I was supposed to do. You make a loop-de-loop and pull. And your shoes are looking cool. You go over and back, left to right, loop-de-loop, and you pull them tight, like bunny ears or a Christmas bow. Lace them up, and you're ready to go. I forgot how to swallow. I was eating a steak at a diner, one of those steak and eggs breakfast platters. So you know it's not the best steak. It was tough and impossible to swallow. My esophagus was so pissed. It forgot how to swallow for about a day. I would try to eat, but could not remember how. My tongue would press against the roof of my mouth and that's all that would happen. The next day I had a hot tea and that fixed it. That's scary. Yeah. Sounds similar to rabies. Yes, but rabies is just so brutal you gag at any contact with water. Rabies light. When I was a senior in college, I spent several minutes longer than I should have thinking that onion was spelled the same as union, and wondering how people could tell the difference in writing. If it makes you feel better, I read both of those words as onion, and was very distressed, until I realized that union is a different word. Unions of layers. The Soviet onion. I forgot what hand sanitizer was called when a classmate had put some on. I was commenting on how pungent it was when I forgot the word for pungent as well. So my sentence in the end was, your hand sauce is loud. Needless to say they were very confused and concerned. You got an audible nose laugh out of me. I have, on 2 occasions, forgotten the word aquarium. The closest I could manage was fish zoo. I forgot hourglass and described it to my coworkers as that sand timer thing. Nobody else could remember the real word until someone Googled it. Then we all felt really dumb. It's best when your dumb is contagious. IDK if this counts, but one day I forgot how to say carrot in my native language. I forget random basic words every day in my native language. Sometimes I only remember the English version of that word. Is a real struggle. I forgot my own birthday a few times. Just didn't seem too important till someone asked, and I was like, I often confuse the windshield wiper toggle with a turn signal. I'll be preparing to make a turn, and then /bam/ windshield wipers start going nuts. When speaking in a second language, how to say literally every single word of the entire language, and it happens at the exact moment that someone asks me a question. Every time. Oh, you speak language? Say something in language. Promptly forgets entire language despite years of study. Me, habla hispana. Donde está la biblioteca? Me la motivon. Once I entered the shower, got wet, and then I got so distracted that I came out without actually washing. Had to re-enter the shower. At least one morning out of every 3 I forget whether I washed my hair yet. The word scissors mid-surgery. Normally we call them METs, for Met and Born scissors, but we had a new student as a scrub tech and I went to ask for mitts. Asked a few times. Tried to remember the word scissors. Failed. Referred to them as snippers, and did a little finger scissors motion. Looking like an idiot in front of the doctor. At least it worked, and I got my scissors. Lol. I pretty much always call scissor snips at home, and while I'm looking for them, I absent-mindedly do the finger snipping thing. Makes it a lot of fun when I need scissors at my office job. I call them where are the fucking scissors, or we have 10 pairs of scissors, and I can't find a single fucking one of them at home. I was ordering hot wings at a local BBQ joint. I was wondering if they still came with the fibrous green vegetable but couldn't remember the name. Ended up describing it to the cashier, and she looks at me weird and says, "You mean celery?" Ugh. Yes, that's what I meant. That's when you speak with an accent and pretend English isn't your native language. Ari Salanga green crunch stick. Mate, you're here every Friday. I know what you sound like. Isa taste weird. Like casheet but nasi sheet. Do you want what you have every Friday night? Yes, please. From henceforward, celery must only be referred to as Langa green crunch stick. Not long after my daughter was born, I took her to a meetup with friends. I put her car seat next to another baby in the group. Then, sitting down, I asked the mom across from me how it was having twins. I completely forgot that one of those babies was mine. I asked the mom across from me how it was having twins. That's when you shout, no takebacks, and run away. No proof of purchase. I once forgot how to count in the only language I have, and had to stare at the blackboard for a few seconds trying to remember. I forgot how to throw a ball, an embarrassing moment in my life, which my brain will never allow me to forget. And MBSP. In high school I was walking through the local fair with my then girlfriend. We come across a generic throw ball, hit the stuff, win things booth. The prizes are irrelevant but who cares? It's something fun to do, and MBSP. So I pick up the baseball and throw it without a second thought, except I fling it full strength straight into the ground. It was a perfect 45-degree angle throw into the dirt. I'm like, what the fuck was that? It must have slipped. Everyone laughs it off, and MBSP. So I go to throw the second ball, and the same thing happens. I realize that I've completely forgotten how to throw a ball. I'm releasing way too late. Just whipped it straight into the ground. There was less laughter this time. The booth guy looks confused and says, "Don't you know how to throw a ball?" I swear I do. I don't know what is happening. I play catch with my brother regularly. This is insane. And I immediately start to stress out at the situation. And MBSP. The booth guy looks like he feels sorry for me and offers me a third try for free. I have to redeem myself. I don't have to win a prize. I just have to throw a fucking ball to prove to everyone I know how to do it at this point. And MBSP. But nope. Again. Straight into the ground this time. Like I'm spiking a goddamn football. And MBSP. I'm speechless. Someone from the crowd behind me says, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" My girlfriend just looks disappointed. Not because I didn't win, but because it's so embarrassing that I would even try to do this while apparently having nearly indescribably poor motor skills. And MBSP. All I can do is walk away. I have no idea what happened. Nobody believes me that I do in fact know how to throw a ball. This memory haunts me still many years later anytime my brain decides, hey, remember that one time? And MBSP. This is one of the best so far, you poor soul. Don't know if this counts, but I forgot the password I set for my phone not even a second after setting it. Sad part is I never remembered it and got my phone disabled. Somebody asked me what day of the week it was, so I lifted up both of my hands to see which made an L. I'm dying. This is just wonderful. I'm so sorry for your loss. I whispered into my wife's mouth once. To be fair, she kept her mouth open to listen to me. I almost laughed out loud. During an HS history exam, I forgot how to spell Jesus. Got a 97 on the test, cause lost 3 points how to spell it. It wasn't a religious test or school. Just from that time period, the red marked, who, -3 made me quite embarrassed though. So how did you spell it? Can I? How to spell of, was unclear on where the V goes. I knew there were 50 states in the US, but I said 52 when asked for a trivia game. Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. This is a very common mistake that Americans make. There was a study done, and some absurd percentage of people instantly answered 52 when asked the same question. It's always 52. But why? My theory is people think oh there's 50, plus Alaska and Hawaii, since Sac and High are always separate on US maps. I ask cause I just forgot for like half a minute how many days were in a year. I always struggle to remember if it is 52 or 54 weeks in a year.